Are you thinking about buying a rocket? If that idea has ever crossed your mind, today I'm going to tell you 7 things you should consider before buying your first rocket. Tip 1. Having money is not enough. Having a lot of money helps, but it's not the only thing you need. A rocket is not something you buy just by throwing money at it. It's not like buying a car or a house. It's more like trying to buy a small space program. Tip 2. The real price is not what you imagine. When you think about the price of a rocket, you probably imagine a huge number. Well, bad news. The real number is usually even bigger. We're not talking thousands. We're not talking millions. We're talking tens or hundreds of millions. So, how are your savings doing? Tip 3. You're not buying a rocket, you're buying a team. Nobody owns a rocket on their own. If you buy one, you're also buying engineers, technicians, safety experts, and people who really know what they're doing. Tip 4. You have to decide what you want it for. It sounds like an obvious question, but it isn't. Do you want it to launch something? For research? Or just to say you own one? Because depending on the goal, the rocket changes completely. You might be wondering who you need to explain this to. First, your technical team, so they know what kind of rocket it has to be. Then, the authorities. Then, the insurance companies. And finally, and maybe most importantly, yourself. Tip 5. The launch site is a huge problem. Let's assume you already have the money, the team, and the rocket. Now comes the uncomfortable question. Where do you launch it? Not just anywhere will do. You need very specific locations, with permits, safety measures, and strict controls. Choosing the launch site can be just as complicated as designing the rocket itself. Tip 6. Bureaucracy moves slower than the rocket. In videos, rockets launch in seconds. In real life, before that, there are months or even years of paperwork. Regulations, authorizations, inspections. This is where many millionaires discover that space is not for them. Tip 7. The rocket also buys you. When you buy a rocket, it's not just you buying the rocket. The rocket also buys you. It buys your time, your attention, and your decisions for years, because it's no longer something you can ignore. From that moment on, the rocket is always there, waiting for maintenance, decisions, and more money. So yes, with a huge amount of money, in theory, you could buy a rocket. But what you'd really be buying is a massive adventure, full of science, risks, and very complex realities. Do you still want to buy a rocket? Leave it in the comments. See you.